Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 51st episode of the J&L Sports Show. It is currently March 5th, 2021. Who the hell are you? I'm...
Not Noah.
Yes, correct. Noah is not here today. We have a fill-in. This is obviously, of course...
Luke Holman.
This is a good friend of ours, Ralph Boner. How are you doing, Ralph? That's a If you haven't seen WandaVision, that was the joke. What's up, Isaac?
Nothing.
You're in a chair today.
Yeah, I'm in. Well, yeah. Actually,
you're in a good chair.
A regular chair today.
Actually, yeah.
It's good to know. So yeah, Noah is not here. He is dog sitting, which is a great excuse to miss a podcast show, but that's what it is. Not too much to talk about, unfortunately, today. It is going to be another one of our Friday shows. That is just not enough. Mike Flora of Pro Football Talk said that the Jags have conducted 2 of the maximum 5 Zoom interviews with Zach Wilson, not Trevor Lawrence. This is interesting. The Jets fans are obviously very excited about this.
Zach Wilson that's the one from BYU.
BYU,
right?
Yep.
He was the one that was compared to Mahomes for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a reason, but the one that
correct.
had that hype, and then I was like, oh, that's
a lot of hype for someone.
I was like, that's kind of crazy, but that would be wild if they just said fuck it and went with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, and it's weird because
overall.
Zach Wilson isn't someone that a lot of people have talked about. He kind of showed up late in the year in everyone's conversation, but it was always Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Trevor Lawrence. And now the possibility that Trevor Lawrence isn't going number 1 overall after for 3 years we've been talking about how Trevor Lawrence will be a number 1 pick is wild. There's also a personal connection. QB coach, Brian, what is that name?
Schottenheimer.
Jacksonville quarterback coach.
Yeah.
Brian Schottenheimer.
There you go.
I definitely butchered that. Spent time this week talking with John Beck about Wilson. Who the fuck is John Beck?
It's a good question. Probably someone related to his agent or something, I'm assuming.
Sure. But the Jets fans are very excited.
Yeah, no, if I was
as they should be.
I would be.
I mean, you don't have an offensive line or wide receivers or a running back.
Yeah.
Or a defense. Or a coach.
But you could have Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, wait, do they have a... Yes, they have the defensive coordinator from the Niners. You do have a coach.
Robert Saleh.
Dude, if they get Trevor Lawrence in the end after winning 2 games, good for them, you know? I wouldn't be happy. The Patriots' fucking division is going to be very hard the next couple years, I think. Finally. It's about fucking time. Have you seen the rule changes that the Ravens have proposed?
I did, yeah.
There's been 2 of them. Do you like any of them?
I mean, I like the sky. Well, explain it first before I start saying what I like.
Yes. So the Ravens submitted a proposal for a booth umpire, an 8th official called the sky judge, to be presented in, what is it? It's supposed to... It's basically so that they can review anything, right?
Yeah, it's just having an extra person that they could call on that can see it from
a computer screen. Yo, you guys need your sky judge. We got one for you.
Yeah, the NFL needs their Isaac. And that's,
correct.
That's what the Ravens want.
I mean, it's about fucking time, right? This is bound to happen, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it would just make the review process easier if you just had someone that automatically had access to all video at all times. They can see what's happening.
If anyway the NFL is against this, then it's just blatantly that they don't really care too much about missed calls or anything.
Yeah.
Because there's so many, and there's an easy opportunity. The only way I think the only problem with it might be that it'll take too long. That might pause the game.
I don't think it would, because most plays, it's not just 15 seconds in between each play. Most plays have a lot of time in between.
Yeah, but would they have to stop the game to go to the sky judge? Or would the sky judge always just be in the ear?
The sky judge would just be talking
acting
to them
as
in their
another
ear.
official. That's real. They're probably going to be wired to. I mean, however refs officials are now. I'm sure they have easy contact with each other. I'm sure it's just going to be the same thing. They're just
do they?
I
don't know. They get into a huddle to talk.
They have some sort of.
Yeah, I think it's oh yeah, I guess they do. I don't know. That's a weird. I've never talked to an NFL official, so I have no idea.
Yeah. I would assume so.
I wouldn't mind this rule. I mean, why the fuck not?
You know, I think it would be good.
I mean, also, make pass interference reviewable. And make them reviewable and actually call them. Because that was the problem with the pass interference. It wasn't that they were just being reviewed too much. It was that they refused to fucking overturn the call because they didn't want to make the refs look bad. You have to make that reviewable, and I think Sky Judge would be perfect for that because they can always look at the wide receivers and see any. Hopefully, it doesn't lead into too much penalties, like every single contact, because
you're gonna have to if
there's certain flags on every play. There's holding on almost every single play.
That you wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't be able to add that, adding more holding penalties because there are teams that do it all the time. That you don't call it because both teams do it.
Yeah,
so
and
if both teams are doing it.
Well,
then,
it's also
and it does, unless it's a very obvious, the dude is
throwing somebody,
jersey, something like that.
Holding happens on every single, every single level of football.
Yeah,
Little League, all of that. There's holding on every single play. It just happens. It's almost sometimes an accident. You can't. It's hard to
not hold.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
An offensive lineman again, especially in the NFL against some of the defensive linemen you have to face. It's
correct.
Very, Aaron Donald. How do you not?
You put three people on him.
Yeah. I guess
that's the only way to do it.
But
and then there's another rule change, which this has been talked about before. I mean, overtime is probably one of the most talked about things to change in the NFL every year. Every single time it happens, it's it shouldn't just be a one possession go, which I think I kind of understand. Also, being a Patriots fan, it has benefited me quite a lot in my life with this overtime.
Has not benefited me.
It has what
at all.
What has happened to the Packers in overtime?
Seahawks.
That did happen.
Cardinals.
Oh, I forgot about the Cardinals.
Yep.
Dude, I was at your house for that, and it was that was after. Do you remember the Cardinals when they beat them?
Yeah.
And that was what year was that?
I think it was
because the Cardinals lost the next round.
It was either. I think it might have been 16 or 17.
Maybe, but I know the Cardinals didn't make it to the Super Bowl or anything. But Aaron Rodgers threw a Hail Mary to tie the game to send it to overtime.
It wasn't just a Hail Mary. There was a deep pass to get to midfield too.
Oh yeah. It was two of them.
Larry Fitzgerald wanted it.
Yeah. When the announcer kept saying Larry Fitzgerald, because in overtime he touched the ball twice and just ran.
Nobody
they just didn't cover him. So.
Yeah, nobody wanted to tackle him.
It was quite unfortunate. I mean, after seeing Aaron Rodgers throw a Hail Mary and him get so excited, holy shit, God wants us to win this game, and then absolutely not. God does what he does to Packers fans, and that's get their hopes up. But this overtime rule is called spot the ball, and basically what it is so if there's a coin toss, and the ref asks me who wants where do you want to spot the ball, and I say the 20-yard line, then the person that I think lost the coin toss gets to pick whether or not they want to play offense or defense.
I'm gonna read it.
I have the thing. I don't think this is the right picture that I have.
Okay. The rule change would replace the overtime kickoff with a spot and choose concept. The team that wins the coin toss would have two options: choose whether to start the period on offense or defense, or choose where to spot the ball to start the period, and then the end zone to be defended. So I think if you spot the ball, you're not on offense, but you could put the person on the one on the other side. Because if it's spotting, I don't know what the rule.
Well, no, I think the person that spots.
Because if you could just spot it and be on offense, you'd spot it on the 1 yard line in your red zone, and then just.
Okay, so no, what it is? Okay, I got it now. So if the team wins the coin toss, they either get to say I want to put the ball at the 1, or they say I play offense or defense. They get two choices. And whatever choice they choose, the other team gets the... So if I win the toss and I say put it on the 20, you get to choose offense and defense. If I win the toss and I say offense, you get to choose where the ball goes.
This is just...
It's wildly unnecessary.
The choosing the ball placement is just... It doesn't make sense
just
because it's going to end up being one specific spot. Everyone's going to choose the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's always going to be at the 40 or the 30. Something... Not the opponent's 40.
Or everyone's gonna pick offense and then start, or everyone's just gonna start at the 1 yard line because
everyone picks offense.
Yeah, everyone either that or you pick the 1 yard line because the other team's gonna pick offense and not defense because they want the ball.
I just think it's a little too complicated.
Here we go. I put the other one in the next slide. Forgot about that. So for example, if the Ravens are playing in overtime and they win the coin toss and elect to spot the ball, say their own 20-yard line, the opposing team would choose whether to start on offense or defense. So yeah, it's like I said, from that spot of the field. So So as soon as you pick offense, the person's going to put you
on the 1 yard
at the
line.
1 yard.
So it's just going to be starting overtime at the 1 yard line is what's
Yeah, and
what's
if you don't
happening.
do that,
If
you decide to spot the ball,
that's the only out.
But if
you're
you
gonna
decide-
put it at the one, you're going to put it at the one because
Yeah,
the
but-
other team's going to be.
but
on
if you
offense.
decide not to play offense or defense, if you decide to spot the ball,
yes,
where would you put it?
at the one because the other team has the ability to pick offense, and why would you?
But
put
then they could pick defense and back you up at the 1.
Well, if you put it at your 1,
Yeah.
and if they pick defense, you're at the 1 yard line in your red zone because
Yes, but they can pick offense.
I know that. Then they're at their 1 yard line. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I
So
mean,
if they pick
yeah,
offense, they're at their 1 yard line.
there has to be. I'm sure there's going to be a rule where you can't
which-
put it inside a 20.
Which team picks which end zone you're defending?
I
Is
think
the
that's
bo-
the
is-
first team, or I think it's the second team as well.
So the ball is spotted first, and then you decide which end zone you're going to.
No, probably not that. That's maybe I don't. This is insane. This
I
is
don't-
this
it just
is a wildly
it sounds like
complicated
something
rule.
It's
that
just
won't
all
happen because
so unnecessary.
Just have
It's so
college.
unnecessary.
you're gonna be starting with the ball at the 1 yard
Just
line.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
either do it like college
it.
does it, or make it so that each team gets at least one offensive possession.
yeah. I mean, college would definitely be the best way. I would be totally fine with I know they don't want to do this, but I'd be fine with a quarter. Just play another, maybe a 10-minute quarter. A full 10-minute
Yeah, I don't
quarter.
know. I
to
mean,
the last
I
second.
like the idea of just each team has the ability to score a touchdown. So if the first team does, the other team
Like a
has
shootout.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
if
mean,
you
that's,
tie it up, then you keep going. Like that should
that's fine too. Anything
or like after they both score, the next team would be
anything other than what they have right this
Winner.
moment would
Yeah,
be, would,
yeah.
would be probably a
Or
lot
you
better.
can score a touchdown on the first play, and then it's over, and the other team doesn't even have an opportunity to do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
tough.
definitely a weird. It's a weird
the fact
proposal.
that a coin flip can decide that is just you just get unlucky, and then
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like with the Patriots, like it's helped multiple times.
Yeah, that's what I'm
where
saying.
we've come back
Yeah.
forced overtime.
yeah, that's what like
It's like if two teams they both have great offenses, but they both have bad defenses. Like,
Well,
it's
that was the
coin
AFC
toss
the
decides the game.
2000. I want to say AFC 18. Wow, what?
What? Did you
What
say?
words
Saying,
came
Josh.
out? The 2018 AFC Championship game.
There you go.
I want to say was the Chiefs and the Patriots, and that was the one that went into overtime. And Patriots got the ball, and that was it. They scored, and then they went to the Super Bowl. And then the 28-3 game.
Yeah. If the Falcons got the ball, I don't know if they would have scored.
Yeah,
in
I don't know.
overtime,
The
though.
Patriots were real hot
Yeah,
at that
they-
moment.
They didn't deserve
They-
to win
no.
that at that point.
I don't know if it's true, but I've heard multiple sources say that Matt Ryan, once he saw that the Patriots won the coin toss, started taking his cleats off. I don't know if that's true, but there have been multiple people from inside the Falcons locker room and inside people that have worked. I think it was in the.
There's no way.
There's no
that-
way. he
dude,
did that.
way.
If that is a real thing that happened,
Well,
that's
if
fucking
that- 'cause,
insane.
Like, if that was a real
Imagine if he had to actually go on the
I
field
know.
and
Imagine
play
if Brady
and put
threw a
his
pick
fucking-
and he had to
but
go
like-
out there.
doing something like that wouldn't that like cause a rift in the locker room? Like, yeah, you're just like, okay, just accepting defeat, which means you don't have faith in anyone on your defense, which is a complete insult to everyone on your defense.
Luke, they
If you're
came
just-
back from
Yeah,
28-3.
no,
I'm sure there was
no,
a rift
yeah,
in the locker
yeah,
room.
no,
already.
yeah,
There
no,
was-
no, I get that, but I'm saying like in terms of like your quarterback to defense.
Yeah, I
relationship,
mean-
I can't imagine it was that great in the first place because they did blow the.
But
28-3
also, would
lead,
the defense would the defense even know if he was taking off his cleats? They were too busy getting fucking.
But,
scored
but
on
let's
at the
say
moment.
Let's say they stopped them.
Yeah, and
he's
then they had to
chilling
go
on
back.
The sidelines, not ready.
Who was their back? They would have put in like Matt Barkley or something for overtime.
So, I don't know.
That would have been
I don't know
so
how
bad.
truthful That is just because.
I hope it's true, and I've seen it by multiple people. I mean, Isaac, you're sitting here. Oh, you're not the fact checker today, though. You don't have that job.
Can't do that.
It would be nice if we had that.
I mean, you could
Yeah.
just look. It
Yeah,
up.
I mean, I have
You
to
have,
look it up.
We
I
all have laptops.
correct. I have to look it up.
You could just.
So yeah, I mean, if it is true, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah,
but
no.
also,
That is.
I get it. Like I get it. And there's the saddest picture of Matt Ryan after the Super Bowl is him turning around and looking at the confetti falling and everything. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Have you seen it?
I'm
you
sure
seen
I
that
have.
picture?
I'm sure.
It's
I have.
literally right after the Super Bowl. He starts walking into the tunnel and he does a little look back, looks at the confetti and walks into the locker room. And I was like, that's so tough.
So
You
close.
hate to see it. So fucking close. Did Matt Ryan, right? That's what I'm looking up.
Yep.
Did Matt Ryan
Take off his cleats
take
during overtime.
I'm just gonna put shoes because
Sure.
it's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't see anything about it. But either way, I'm gonna look it up later. It
Okay.
probably happened just because I want it to happen. So
Okay. You can believe that it happened. You could.
yeah, I'm all for it.
It doesn't affect your life or his life if you believe.
No, yeah.
If you believe that, so.
Luke, some tragic Red Sox news once again. It is official
Yep.
that our last World Series win, the people in that outfield are no longer there. All of them.
Yep.
None of them exist anymore.
Yeah.
The starting three.
JD was technically an outfielder, but yes.
The starting
yes,
three. He was a starting
DH.
DH.
Well,
Holy
yeah, but like he
fuck.
played in right field.
I almost
know what you
said
mean.
starting
Yes.
heavy hitter. What, dude?
Yes. Yeah. So Jackie, Benny, and Mookie are all gone.
This
Which
is
hurts.
sad.
It hurts.
Two
It
of
hurts
them
a lot.
to the Brewers. Right? Didn't or not? No, Holt went to the Brewers.
Yeah.
But he's gone now.
Benintendi's on the Royals.
Yeah. Holt is in the minor
He's-
leagues, I believe,
I-
right?
Yeah, for the Rangers. He signed a minor league deal with the Rangers, I think it was.
Sad.
But yeah, no. So Jackie Bradley Jr. signs a 2-year deal with the Brewers for $24 million. I mean, we have 5 outfielders, so we didn't have space for him really. Like it would have been a long shot.
His hitting has gone down.
Well, it just has
significantly.
never really been. 2016, he was decent.
He had a really good playoff year.
Well, yeah,
Really
well,
good.
yeah,
In the
you
playoffs.
can't discredit what he did in the postseason, but at the same time, when he's hitting 200 every single regular season, you have him.
Yeah, and also it's not worth keeping someone who's good in
Yeah.
only the postseason when we are
Yeah.
struggling to make it to the
no,
fucking
it's-
postseason.
It hurts to lose his glove in center field because I mean you can't. There's no way you can.
He's one of
replace that.
one of those people that's always going to be a Golden Glove contender.
Yeah. You can't replace that with anyone that you put in center field. So
Tragic.
we'll have to lose. But like at the same time, for the last like 5 or 6 years or however long, he's been like the starting center fielder. He's been our 9-hitter, 8-hitter, and he's just been an automatic out for just all the
Yeah,
time.
no.
All the time. I had zero faith that he was going to get a hit for most of the regular season every year.
Yeah.
2016, there was a random, like he had a random like 30-something game hitting streak or something like that in 2016. Made no sense. He hit like 260 that year, but it was because he hit like somewhere between 300 and 400 over the course of like a month. He was just absolutely like the best hitter, one of the best hitters in baseball for like a month, and then
gone.
stopped. Just stopped.
I wish
never regained that again.
I
I
was
don't know what he was doing.
I was gonna say I
But
wish
he
there
was
was
really
like
good.
there was like an automatic fielder, but it's called a pitcher, unless you're behind 20 centuries and you're the National League Association. Because I mean, pinch
Yeah.
hitters or pitchers hitting that can that. When are we moving?
I
on?
thought that this would be the first year that they actually would just approve of the universal DH.
Who
But
likes it?
well,
What 80-year-old old ass dude is in? Is that what it is? Is it the old heads in baseball? They're
Well, I
like,
mean,
this is fucking tradition.
It's only fun
There's-
when they somehow hit
There
a home
are
run.
there are a lot
One
a lot
out
of
of
people
every
in the higher ups of the
2,000
National League
times.
teams that do just because they just like because that's what they've always done.
It's the old. It's
yeah,
the, yeah.
well, yeah. Like I don't
Just say it. Just say it.
Well, I can't. Well,
Just say it.
there's people of our generation that are fans of National League teams that don't want the DH either.
Why?
I'm not saying they're right.
Why would you not want that? Why do you like
they're-
getting out? Why do you like
they're-
getting handed free outs?
You'd rather have a
They're-
fucking
It
there
doesn't
are
make
pitcher
sense.
hitting than a designated hitter.
No,
I know.
Their argument is
It's
that
literally their job
it
to
adds more
hit balls.
strategy to the game because it makes it so you have to have people pinch hit later in the game. So you have to use the people on your bench. You have to strategize when you want to use those players. So you don't have people that if you have a bench and you have a DH, there's a good chance that you could pinch
You know
hit
what's
later.
you know
in
what's
games
you know what's
sometimes,
also a strategy, a big strategy, being able to keep your pitcher in for a longer time
but, yeah,
because he's able to pitch longer.
I'm
Because
fully
he's not
pro
coming up
DH.
with 2 outs. So, oh shit, we have to take him out because there's 2 outs and there's a man on third, and we don't want to waste this opportunity. But our pitcher's very good. But oh well.
yeah no
It's
no
just
I
an
just
automatic out.
I,
It's so
I hate
unnecessary.
the thing that I hate is I hate playing in the World Series and then you have to see Chris Sale hitting.
Yeah, nobody
You have to see
people who
Eduardo
don't hit.
Rodriguez hitting, and I'm like, okay, well, this is an automatic out because they haven't hit the entire
Or
season.
fucking David Price in our last when we went to the
2018.
yeah. every single time, I think he was playing the Dodgers. Every single time he was up to bat, he must have been told not to swing at all.
Yeah,
because he sat
not.
there with his shit on his shoulders. And there was like 2 outs at one time, and I was like, "Why?
Yep.
What is this?
It's an automatic.
Why do we
out.
do this? This is stupid.
It's an automatic out.
It's dumb. I mean, who the fuck? I want to talk to people of our generation that actually like this and hear why. And if they tell me it's strategic, I'm gonna be like, yeah, but
that's
really
dumb. That is the only argument for it. It's not that people don't want more offense, because I'm sure that they're not opposed to that. They just don't want to take that like strategy out.
Also,
of the game.
it's not good for the opposing pitchers either. Like, because they're throwing extra, like they're almost guaranteed to strike this person out, right?
Yeah.
Or so they're throwing unnecessary fucking pitches. I don't know. It's
not
just
really.
Well, you'd be throwing it out. But no,
getting...
because if someone's going to swing at the second pitch and instead the pitchers are told they're not to swing at all,
that's true.
And then it's fucking you're missing sometimes, so you're going to throw those extra. It's dumb. It's stupid. I've always hated that rule. I always thought the NL was dumb for it. It has always kind of set the NL and AL apart. I guess if they want something like that, but it's all the same league. It's the MLB. There's no.
Yeah,
there's no need for it to be separate.
It's still weird to me, especially after they made it universal last year for the 2020 season. I thought that they were just going to continue it, but no.
It also just makes it so that you can have more players in the league.
Yeah, it makes it so older guys that can still hit but can't really field
like
anymore.
JD Martinez probably will never be on a National League team
if they don't make it
because
universal.
Why would he go and fucking play left field and be old and hurt?
Well,
when he could just sit
Alex
there and
Cora
fucking...
has already said that JD Martinez probably isn't going to be in the outfield at any point.
That's what I figured.
He's just going to be the DH.
That's what he should, because, I mean, he's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
He's getting slower.
That's probably what
you want his power and focus all on fucking... When they get older, I don't know. It's just like... That's why even later in his career, Ortiz didn't play first base much.
No.
Like, there were times when we played a National League team and we just sat him. We decided not to play him.
He'd play like 1 or 2 games of the series. He would take most of those days off.
Exactly. I mean, it just doesn't make sense especially the talent-wise that like most DHs have. Because you put a power guy at DH. That's the best guy to put at DH. I mean, Aaron Judge was a DH for a little bit. Fucking Giancarlo Stanton was a DH. Who else? David Ortiz, obviously. You put power hitters there, and that's what you want to see. I mean, that's what everyone wants to see. I said it last week. I want to see absolute moonshots, and you just can't do it with a pitcher.
Yeah.
Granted, every now and then, like Isaac said, there's that one where it's cool, but then that's our highlight for 3 years. Then we have to wait until miraculously another pitcher gets a fucking
it's like
lob
would
ball.
You rather see someone who hits and only hits, or an automatic out?
Yeah.
Also, I would imagine just as a pitcher I'm sure there's pitchers in the National League that enjoy hitting because they played baseball growing up, so they hit at some point.
It's not good for the game.
But in terms of just enjoying playing baseball because that's what they're doing, they probably enjoy hitting. I'm sure from a standpoint as far as like them being a major league pitcher, I feel like it would be more beneficial for them just to pitch and not even have to worry about hitting.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing for like DHs. Like it would make sense.
Yeah,
or those old power hitters. They should just
all they
be
have
doing.
to do is worry about hitting. Yeah.
Do you think National League teams like get talent based on the fact that they're going to have pinch hitters at sometimes? Because if you want to talk about strategy, it's all when you find a pinch hitter, there's a reason they're not starters, right? Like there's a reason they're pinch hitting. Not
a lot of those teams carry for like an extra outfielder, like an extra infielder, like that way they have that extra person on the bench. And
are they ever like superstar? Like they're never because then they'd be playing. It seems like
no, they're not like anyone.
Because if
crazy.
it's like the most average person to come up. So it's either a pitcher or the most average person that you can get because you're not going to put someone who's super powerful because they're in the lineup already.
Yeah,
right.
Some teams said like when 2013 we had Gomes and he
was old as fuck
sometimes, but
he was old. Wasn't he?
But his job was to be that fourth outfielder pinch hitter type person. Yeah. He had a lot of pinch hitters.
But he also
basically like a DH, but not as good.
Exactly, and I think one that's not good for money because you want to make sure you have money.
Yeah.
Now you have to pay for someone to be a pinch hitter at all times, which is not.
I just think it
fun.
Makes way more sense for the pitchers in the National League to only
focus on pitching. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure a bunch of them do.
They don't get paid to hit. They do hit, but that's not why they're paid.
Yeah.
They're paid to pitch.
Especially when Well, I guess in other branches of baseball, the pitcher usually hits. Like Little League, everyone hits.
Yeah.
College does. In the minors, does the pitchers hit?
No.
So then they're being trained to just pitch in the minors, and then if they get called up,
I don't know if that's because they have obviously National League teams have their minor league affiliates, and then
so you don't know if they have the same rules.
I don't know if it's switched like that. I don't know. I know when I went. What team is the Hartford Yard Goats for? Is that still the Rockies?
Rays, I think. I think it got changed when.
Got to look this up.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep saying what you were saying.
Yeah. So what's it called? I think they're the Rockies, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. That might have been what the old team was.
Yeah, I remember they changed. When they were
because the Rockets were the Twins, and then I'm pretty sure they switched to the Rockies, and then
I think you're right.
They switched to being the Yard Goats
because I remember that being the Twins.
Rockies are NL. So I don't.
Yeah, Colorado Rockies.
I don't think that because I've gone to a few Yard Goats games now. I'm pretty sure they had DHs, if I'm not mistaken.
I looked up the minor league baseball thing, and it says that the DH is used unless both teams are from NL teams.
Jesus Christ! So
What?
even if they're home but they're playing an AL team,
That is
they have to do a
the
DH.
last game that I went to for the Yard Goats, they were facing the Blue Jays because I saw Vlad and Bo Bichette and stuff. So they were the Blue Jays, so they're American League, so that's why they had DH.
I just don't get
It all makes sense now.
What's the point?
It does.
There is
the
no
point, but
I mean, this will always be a conversation. If we have nothing to talk about on Fridays, we could probably just talk about how not having a DH is the dumbest rule in baseball. So there you go. We'll move on from that now. The Saints are officially releasing tight end Jared Cook. He's only had 2 seasons with the team. I thought he's been there for a while. He's old, right? He's got to be up there.
Yeah, he has to be 30.
They also released their other tight end, Josh Hill. Odd to release both their tight ends. It seems like they're getting ready to make a move, but they need a quarterback.
Jared Cook is 33.
Oh yeah, so he's up there.
I'm great at guessing ages. I had a conversation.
Zoltar.
Yeah, I had a conversation with my brother earlier, and we were just talking about baseball. I don't know how we got on the subject of Gary Sanchez, but we started talking about Gary Sanchez, and Noah thought he was super old, and I was like, no, he's like 27, 28 years old. He's 28 years old. I had no idea. I just assumed, I knew that he's been in the league
feel like
for
you've done this
bit.
before too with me. Where like you've guessed ages, and I've been like, yeah, he's that.
It's because I have
that is wild.
I know when they come in the league, so I know generally when. I don't know everyone's age, but
yeah. I mean, releasing both of your tight ends is an odd. I know that they're Josh Hill. I don't think is that old though, but I don't know. Interesting move. Obviously, there's been a lot of people getting released, and it seems like there's going to be a hell of a lot more. It doesn't think it's slowing down just yet.
I mean, that's because Kyle Rudolph also got released. Is there any other tight ends that got released?
No, other than these 3 so far. Yeah,
Josh Hill is only 30.
Yeah, so I mean he's a
so
little
teams
bit
like the
he's
Patriots
older
that need a tight end.
Well, we're gonna get Hunter Henry or Kyle Rudolph.
Hunter Henry is also a free agent.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then the Lions are signing former Chargers and Raiders wide receiver Tyrell Williams to a 1-year deal.
Yeah, he missed. He missed all of last year. He tore his something.
Oh,
he got hurt, so he was out for the entire season. They just kind of gave up on him. But I mean, he's been he was only he was never their top receiver, but he's put up solid numbers the last. I remember him being a thing in fantasy. That's the only reason I know who he is. He wasn't great, but sometimes he did stuff. So
he's like a Golden Tate, Ted Ginn kind of person.
Yeah, it's
where everyone knows his name.
Yeah, they have the potential of doing good.
I love Ted Ginn.
Golden Tate got released.
Yeah, Golden Tate did get released. I don't think we talked about that actually.
No, we didn't.
Also, I love Ted Ginn. He did an interview with Pat McAfee, and even though he's 30 something, he's 32 or something. He just wants to play, constantly. It was great. He's awesome. Awesome news came out from Barstool today. Fantastic. Just my type of fucking news. The Washington football team and Dan Snyder is an absolute embarrassment still. Still to this day, they have not fixed it up. October 2020, over 100 accounts were created in 1 week. And they were all tweeting about the exact same tweet. They were all tweeting basically the same thing. Here's one from Enna Kresmer. Do right. Receive good karma. Shout out to @Washington NFL and @NFL for working on diversity. And then there's the thing about love how @Washington NFL is setting the example and the @NFL with culture changes. They always add them. They're the exact same ats. it's weird because when I tweet, I don't usually @ thing. Like I just kind of write it.
Well, I mean, all of these accounts are bots, so they're all
Bots or
There's no way those are real
Dan
people.
Snyder burner accounts.
Could be.
That is a possibility.
I mean,
remember,
they could
this
be
is
both.
October
He could
2021.
have set up said bots.
This is October 2021. This is
Josh?
2020.
2020.
October
wow.
2021
Wow.
has
Not
not
happened.
yet.
October
Nope.
2020.
Yep.
This is at the height of him being the new sex cases came out, still being called a racist for everything.
He wanted some,
This
he
is
wanted
this
some
is
public-
actually I think this was
some
a
positive
week after
public.
it came out that he may have paid some Indian Americans to say that he's a good person.
Oh.
Like that had come out, and I think that was around October. But there's literally okay. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4 tweets from 4 different accounts that say, "Okay, at Washington NFL, be the change you want to see in the world. Diversity, I see you at NFL." That is 4 separate accounts, the exact same thing. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, another 4. I'll say
they're
it.
all posted at the same time, right? Most of them.
Yeah. I'll say it until I'm blue in the face at Washington NFL. At Washington NFL is doing what needs to be done in the at NFL.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
4
sure
people.
They are.
Definitely
Sure they
Yeah,
are.
correct.
Sure they are.
Definitely are, for sure.
And then there was a little bit more that's a little different. Like this person said, at Real Dan Snyder acknowledged at Washington NFL culture, vowed to make changes and put people like Ron Rivera, and I don't know who these other people are, in place to see it through. Thank you, at NFL.
Someone tagged the man himself.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Snyder.
Thank you at NFL.
Yeah, not at Washington Football, at NFL. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know how
What?
all of these people at the height of Washington, once again under scandals, decided to all tweet out the same thing.
Yes. It's a little bit hard to believe.
Dan Snyder
Has burners.
has burners.
Confirmed.
I mean, how many? How many? I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
does he have people locked up typing this?
I want to say like
Is it? I mean, is this possible? No slander. This is a question.
No, he definitely
This
knows.
is a question.
He knows some computer nerd that knows how to fucking set up bot accounts on Twitter.
Probably him.
I want to say like there's
Loser.
like
He
a
just
small possibility
just
that
knows
all
how
these
to.
people are just being sarcastic about it.
I don't know, dude.
But
For them, well, they all have like one post. Like this is
And that's
all
their,
their.
that's the
know.
only post they have. Right?
Yeah, I mean, these were all March 4th, 2000. Oh wait, these are from 2021. These ones are from 2020. Oh, these are from yesterday.
yeah,
Holy shit! Some of
Yesterday.
these are from yesterday. He redid it. He did it again. He got caught the first time and did it again. I mean, honestly,
Maybe he has them. Maybe he has the bot account set up on a schedule so that
every couple months or
wait,
so.
October and now it's March.
Yeah.
So every 5 months, there's a check
I guess
back,
we'll see. I guess we'll fucking see. Who knows if Dan Snyder's allowed to own a football team in 5
check
months?
back in August, and then there might be more Dan Snyder tweets.
That'll be fucking hilarious. I don't know how, if you get caught, you don't just deactivate the bots. Fucking
I mean,
hate
it's Dan Snyder, so are we
He's-
really
he's
questioning
literally-
his decisions?
He is the absolute butt of this podcast.
He's the butt. Of
Like the butt of the joke of this podcast. Like, I think he might be the person I hate the most in sports. I don't even know why. I mean, other than he's like a terrible human being.
every terrible thing that he's done.
But I've always had it out for Dan Snyder. Fuck him.
I mean, I had no idea who he was until all of this stuff came out.
Yeah, he's a terrible person.
Why would I know who owns the Washington football team under their previous name?
Yeah, correct. But yeah, so we have more news. This is official. Ben Roethlisberger does have a new contract. They will pay him $14 million. It brings his cap. Did they say how much it'll bring his cap down? From 41.2
to 26
To
points.
26.2.
So they free
That
like
is
15
yeah.
mil in cap.
Not bad. That's probably enough to sign Juju. I mean,
Yeah.
is that what you want?
I don't
Are
know.
they
If, it's
gonna
what
use-
I don't
if
know if
they-
it's what I want, but I think it's what's going to happen.
Bro, oh my god.
I think.
If they just have the exact same team as last
Well,
year.
no, we're not going to
Is
resign
this-
Connor, so we're going
do
to have
you
to have a
think?
different running
Look,
back.
do you
We're not
think
gonna...
this is good for the Steelers?
There's no way you think this is good for the Steelers. There's zero shot.
Well, I didn't think there was a way for us. Like, I didn't feasibly see them moving on from him. Like, without. Like, I knew that this contract restructure was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to spend the money. It'll probably be Juju, but does it have to be? No, because there's
Need a running back.
Like, there's
Need a center.
there's other positions that there are free agents that are available that we can commit this money to, but I don't fuck it. It depends on how much Juju's asking for, really. And I'm assuming he's going to ask for a lot, and there's going to be teams that are willing to offer more than what the Steelers are going to offer.
We talked about this last week, and I'm going to constantly say it. I just don't like the decision by the Steelers. I think, but I also understand that like he's a veteran, you give him that opportunity, but I don't know. There's nowhere to go. Like I really think they're at just a standstill, and this even though he does,
I also delaying growth.
That's what I think.
I also think that they don't want to go into next season with Rudolph and Haskins and then waste a year of the defense that's there because you're not going to be able to.
But you're
going to
do it anyway.
But the best option, it's either Ben or Haskins and Rudolph.
Or a free agent. If Ben retired, you would get more of that cap. You could sign a quarterback or the draft.
What quarterback?
Teddy Bridgewater's looking to be traded. Deshaun Watson's on the board. You guys have defensive. I know you don't want to trade the defense, but
they're not. That's what I'm saying. Steelers aren't going to do something crazy like that. They're not.
Steelers aren't going to try to win.
I don't think they can afford Deshaun Watson.
That too.
Well, he's going to. He said he's going to restructure it.
Either way,
but
we'd have.
There's multiple quarterbacks who are asking for Jimmy Garoppolo is likely available. I mean, he's an upgrade from. I think I don't know. He gets hurt too. But Big Ben, I don't know if Big Ben can play 20 games this season. I don't think he can do it. If we shorten the season 10 weeks, you guys could win the Super Bowl.
At this point, I think that it's out of feasible option, it is the best option because I don't want to go into next year with Rudolph and Haskins.
I keep forgetting about is that next season is going to be 17 games in the regular season.
Yeah, correct. It looks like they're going to have a Monday night wild card game at some point with that because the Super Bowl is going to have to get pushed back a week, but they're also going to try to do an extra wild card game. I don't know. It's probably going to be a wild card game on Saturday, Sunday, Monday instead of the doubleheaders that they do, which I don't know. I kind of like the doubleheaders that they do. But I mean, listen, I get what you're saying. Okay,
yeah, I mean,
but here's my argument. No. Here's my argument. Here's my argument.
Here.
Last year. Okay. Do you remember how everyone was talking about how it was the best QB free agency of all time last year? Right? Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't a free agent, but he was still talked about as being moved. Tom Brady was a free agent. They had Teddy Bridgewater was a highly wanted free agent. Cam Newton was a free agent, and I mean, granted, didn't pan out. But all these big names are free agents. Once again, this year, we have that opportunity where there's a bunch of names thrown in the carousel. I mean, even better than last year, I think. Russell Wilson has been talked about as being in that. I mean, granted, I don't think that's going anywhere. Deshaun Watson, Teddy Bridgewater, Jimmy Garoppolo, all of these people are thrown in there. Why not give a fucking shot for one of them? I think there's more options than the two that you're thinking there are.
See, Josh, from just a general perspective, like not even thinking about like what the Steelers could possibly do. Obviously, I would rather have them trade for Deshaun Watson.
No shit,
but they're not going to.
Yeah,
because they don't. That's just not in their plan right now.
That would be the hardest to trade for.
Yeah,
I don't think
they're just
anyway.
You'd have to trade everything.
Well, they're a team that's trying to rebuild that.
Because there's offensive line needs that we have. There's running back needs that we have. So trading all of that, then you can't. What are you going to get? When are you going to get a running back? And when are you going to get offensive line? Because you have to get a center, you have to get a left tackle.
That's my biggest problem with Big Ben coming back is that Big Ben isn't coming back to rebuild with what you guys need. He's trying to win a Super Bowl, and he's not going to be able to. And he's going to be pissed next year, and he's going to come back next year, and he's going to do worse. And then he's going to be like, I can't go out like this, and I'm going to do worse. He's done this for 4 years.
No, but I'm saying... But
for 4 years he said he's going to retire,
yeah,
Luke.
I know, but like... No, this would be the last one because that's why they're restructuring it so they could do it for one more year. That was the whole.
Do you think the Steelers are playoff contenders going into the season?
I don't know what our team looks like.
If the season started today, probably not. Right?
Well, I mean,
there's a shit ton of free agents.
They have a tough schedule. They have a much tougher schedule.
Yeah, that is also a thing. But I don't know what our team like. I don't know who our center is going to be. I don't know if Juju's going to be on the team. I don't think James Conner is going to be on the team, but I don't know if he's going to be.
It's assuming you get all your players back.
Yeah,
the Steelers are in an odd limbo.
Not all of them, but like the ones you just mentioned. Assuming you
James Conner isn't. I mean, he's not going to do anything anyway. He didn't do much.
They have to move on from him. They can't.
Yeah, they need a new running back. Juju maybe could. I could see definitely Juju coming back. I know he said he wants to be in Pittsburgh. I don't know if Pittsburgh wants his antics, but I believe they will. And I think Big Ben likes Juju, so I think he's going to have a voice.
They have a close relationship.
I just don't know. I feel like there's going to be a certain tear this season between Roethlisberger and the management, where Roethlisberger's like, listen, I'm not here for a rebuild. Like, I thought we were going to make a push, but the management knows they can't make a push right now. All right, last year, they got called out for being gigantic flukes last year, right? They won 10 games. It was huge. People were calling them the worst 10-0 team of all time.
Whoa. It's 11.
The guys got 11-0? Oh,
11.
That's even worse.
11.
I mean, they got exposed after, and you can't have that. And I'm afraid that that's going to happen to Big Ben again, and then he'll be pissed off and restructure a new deal, and then he'll do it again. I just don't know, because he doesn't seem like a person that wants to give up.
Well, no. It doesn't appear so, because he's still playing. So.
For 4 years after he said he was going to retire the first time.
Yeah. So.
I'm not a big fan of it. I can't imagine if he comes back after this season, Steelers fans are going to be too happy about it. I feel like at some point it's going to be like, I'm annoyed. Let's move on.
There's no way that I think the Steelers would have him for next season, because you're just, like, as with your point saying now, like, having him this season's bad, having him next season would
that's
be
refusing to move on.
Yeah, that would just be trying to cling on to false hope at that point, because that's not, you have to develop a young quarterback at that point, and I'm pretty sure this is the last year that Rudolph's on contract for. I'm pretty sure.
So wait, you guys have Rudolph for one more year, and he's not gonna play.
Potentially. He's their backup. That's what he is. That's what he was drafted.
I wonder if you guys are going to try to trade him or get rid of him.
Is he still going to be your backup or your backup's backup?
I don't know what they're going to do with him.
Who do you guys have?
We have Haskins other than that, so I don't know who they're going to put at.
Odd limbo for the Steelers, definitely. I mean,
they just got Haskins to have a third because Josh Dobbs is a free agent.
Because we didn't use him at all when they could have used him.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't.
Did we, before you get to that, did we talk about Alex Smith?
Yeah, we did.
He got cut.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we talked about that last week that he was going to.
Or
just making
not last week. On
Tuesday. Yep.
Last
Come on, Josh.
I said it too. But
this Wednesday, or this past Wednesday, was the last FCF draft of the year. I've enjoyed the drafts. I've said it last week, and I say it again. I think it needs to be once a year.
Yeah. Well, it got to the point that, like, at the beginning, they didn't really know what they were doing, like, as far as franchise tags go. But the fact that they just added a new one every week, so it made it so the last draft was 5 rounds, and everyone that, like, are, like, the top players in the league that you want on your team are
all gone.
They're all.
So
you're
just drafting people that you didn't even.
Yeah, you're drafting the 3rd and 4th wide receivers on your team,
and I get it because it gives more people to have the opportunity to get drafted and have that experience. But from a fan standpoint, I think we should do it once a year.
Just do it once a year.
Also, I'm okay with owners buying players. I think that's great. I think Menery's getting in there, trying to get. Who is he trying to get now? I know he just got Josh Gordon.
Oakman.
He's trying to get Sean Oakman. That would be fucking insane. I don't know if Oakman would have to join the other defensive squad that he jumps on, so where he'd play for 2 teams.
That would have to be what it is.
I don't know, because Josh Gordon is allowed to just show up whenever he wants. Also, speaking of Josh Gordon will be playing tomorrow against the Beast, against the 3-0 Beast. So, Luke, I imagine
I'm a little nervous about
there's
it.
a little nerves going through here.
I have to say, I'm not that confident going into that, but at the same, like, if we lose, I mean, obviously it's not great losing, but
I mean, you guys still have the first seed.
We're still the 1 seed after that. So,
Richard Sherman said last week they were like, "What are you expecting from Josh Gordon?" He's like, "Well, I'm expecting him to absolutely like kill these players," and I am too. I will be shocked if he is.
He should. Like, he has the ability. It just is the off the field issues that like kept him off the field.
But we don't care about those in the FCS.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't. It's not like when he played, he wasn't good. It's not like he messed up, and that's why he wasn't. That's why he's not playing right now. It's because of the off the field. Because when he got consistent playing time, he wasn't. He was a decent wide receiver.
How bad do you think their hotel room between Johnny Manziel and Josh Gordon? How bad do you think it smells in there right now for pot? Like, how honestly? You have Josh Gordon, Bob Menery
is probably with him,
and fucking Johnny Manziel. I mean, there hasn't been cops called to the FCF arena yet, so that's good.
Yeah,
but that is fucking insane. Like, they're all partiers.
Yep.
They're all.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say nah. Yeah. They all do a lot of drugs. Okay. That's a wild idea.
You have a lot of money, and
bro, and then your name is the Zappers. Like, you're just embracing the fact that, you know what, maybe I'm never gonna get help. You know, maybe I'll just live this way forever. It's unfortunate. But although I will say, I think the FCF is good for players. Not even like just to like learn or which obviously it is, or grow as a player, but it's also good mentally, I think, because they seem to all have
it just seems like
shit
a fun
ton of
league.
fun. Yeah, it seems like they're all just playing backyard football the entire time. And
That's basically what it is.
even when they lose, they're like, I'm sure during the playoffs it'll be a little bit more like, damn, we lost, but during the season it was just a shit ton of fun. Absolute shit ton of fun. And I imagine Gordon's going to have a fucking blast tomorrow. Blasting the beast. It's going to be fucking fantastic. And then the Wild Aces and Glacier Boys play once again. They're both 1-2. I don't understand how the standings are going to go because there's 3 teams with the same record.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out.
And you guys have all kind of like beaten each other. So
Yeah. There's a triangle of wins, which is tough. All right, guys. That is the show. Luke, do you have anything to close with?
Not really.
Isaac,
there wasn't a lot this week.
Thank you for joining us on this side of the camera.
You're welcome.
While your brother has to make excuses and why he can't show up.
Yep.
I'm kidding. We love you, Noah. We hope you come back soon.
No, we don't.
But no, it's different and it's weird because I almost told you where to find them, but I'm not going to do that. You guys can find us on our website at jnlsportshow.com. I haven't been on the website in a while, so I don't even know how I think
above
up here,
above our logo.
I think above the
there's
logo
the
over here
YouTube link
is
Facebook
the YouTube link.
link,
Yep.
Instagram link.
All of our
Twitter link.
socials. All of our socials.
All the
That's
socials.
our
Yep.
and then below that is all of our episodes recorded, including this one that you're listening to or watching on YouTube, which, by the way, we are on YouTube if you are listening to us. You can watch full videos of our episodes that we will be releasing every single week with every single episode now. I think it's a lot of fun doing the video.
Yep.
Although I have to be more aware of myself now. Because before I would just be like, there was 1 or 2 times where I'd like walk into the other room for a second to grab a drink. Can't do that.
Yeah, no.
Can't do it. But thank you guys for listening, and thank you for joining us. If you are on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button. We are not shouting out Deezer today.
You didn't let me. You gotta
No,
talk
you're
about
not
all
getting
the
chance to do that.
all the
You're not getting.
Yeah,
the
they
chance.
all
Yeah.
the streaming services.
all the
that they
streaming
can find
services.
us on.
Yes, Spotify, Google Podcasts,
Pandora.
iHeartRadio, probably. I don't know if that's facts.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think
Yeah, but I don't know if we're on it.
we might be.
Would be nice. Who knows? Thank you guys for listening, and we
Deezer. Deezer is also one of those.
It's one
You're
of those.
outnumbered today.
Yeah, correct.
That is true.
Big facts.
I still mentioned it. You guys can't.
Thank you guys
Turn
for
it back
listening.
now.
We will see you guys on Tuesday for our 52nd episode, and hopefully we'll have more to talk about so we're not filling the episode with
Random shit.
the DH rule is stupid.
Yeah, I mean it is stupid, but yeah, no.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.